sometimes problems arise and you got to come up with a solution.
Yeah,
That is a thing.
sometimes.
It's sometimes a thing. That's a thing we're going to discuss today
Hmm.
here on episode whatever number this is. 15? No, not 15.
I don't know.
I
No,
can check
I didn't
this.
think for us to check
16.
that.
I forgot how
Ooh,
many episodes were in the first season of Jared and Al Watch Love Life Sunshine. I'm Jared, that's Ann Ladium.
hello.
And we are here to discuss season 2, episode number 3, called Rainbow.
Rainbow.
I guess we should mention, full disclosure, that these next 2 episodes might be a little weird because it's been like a month in between we watched the episodes and our recording.
Yeah. Whoops.
So they might be a little bit shorter or a little bit less impactful with details. So just a heads up on that.
Hey. Don't underestimate us.
I'm just saying.
We are always impactful.
Okay.
Even if we're short on details.
Okay, true. It just may be
There you
short
go.
on details. It'll be all the impact.
Yes. Everything we say still matters.
So we got the thing last episode, I believe, where they're going to have their open house. But this week, they get a call like, hey, we're postponing the open house because it's been rainy.
Mhm.
And they're pushing it back a week to the following Sunday.
Which, dun dun dun.
Becomes a problem.
It does.
So everyone's like, "Oh no, that's a bummer." Chica's like, "Well, what's the big idea? Well, everything will be fine. It's just pushed back a week." And then they're like, "Hey, what day is the Love Life qualifiers? Next Sunday. What day is now the open house for the school? Next Sunday." Oh no!
Drama.
So that becomes a big dilemma of like, okay, so how are we going to pull this off? Are we going to have to prioritize one or the other? Are we going to have to split the group into 2 segments and then do it that way? Are we going to be able to figure out a good time way to perform here and then get back in time to perform at the other one?
And like the first option was, okay, well, we'll just get the first slot by the roulette and
Well, it's
we'll
not even-
perform first.
That is an option. It's not the first option though.
Well, it's true. It's an option.
It is an option. Before that though, they try and figure out ways to do this by like, hey, Yo's dad has a boat. We could just use that. And they think like it's
I
a
forgot about
yacht.
the boat. Yeah.
And then Yo's like, yo, my dad's like a fisherman. Like, it's not like an extravagant boat or anything. It's not like we could use it.
Well, what about the helicopter?
What about Maury's helicopter? And then their fantasy of this is Chica being a helicopter pilot.
Yeah, Chica should not be a helicopter pilot. I love Chica, but I do not trust her with a helicopter.
And then Maury's like, you guys realize that this whole thing is we're going to do this without my father's help. Why would we then suddenly just use the helicopter? Also, who here is going to pilot it? So that leads us to what you were mentioning is that, okay, so if none of those are on the table, what if, since the Love Life qualifiers are being decided by a lottery, if we can get one of the first spots, preferably the number 1 spot, we can perform, have enough time to catch the bus, get back to the school, and perform for the open house. Simple,
Best of
right?
both worlds.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Except for roulette never goes well for anybody.
Yeah, the lottery always... You know what they say? You live and you die by the rando.
By the rando. But it's hilarious how they actually do the lottery here.
So they're like, okay, who's gonna go up and spin the wheel for us? Who has the most luck here? And for whatever reason, Yoshiko pleads her case, and the rest of them are like, okay, sure, you can go ahead and do that. Which
She pulls off some great drama there.
she does. Which if these girls know her, they should have realized this was a bad idea.
They should have.
So she decides to call on her powers of the fallen angel to get the number 1 spot. And when she goes up to do it, like it falls, like it gets real close to the number 1 spot, but then it turns over and they are the 24th group to perform.
Yep.
Which is very bad.
Yep. So there goes that plan.
So they go and get like like snacks at like this little snack place, and they're like, okay, so what are we doing? Are we going to prioritize one or the other, or are we splitting up? And then later on, Rico and Chica kind of have a discussion, and they're like, well, what if we just split the group up? That way we can be at both performances and do that, and that way we don't have to prioritize one or the other. Both places will get some sort of performance. The rest of the group is like, yeah, I guess that's the only thing we can do. And also, Chica's very happy that oranges are in season.
Mm-hmm. If there's nothing else I've learned from Love Live, it's that Chica loves oranges.
She loves oranges. There was this is a little off topic, but there was a Tumblr post I saw the other day that was like, scientists have proven that Chica, thanks to her intake of oranges, her hair originally was brown but is now orange. By 2020, scientists predict that she will be all orange.
Good.
Oh, it was very good. So basically, after that, we get the group that is performing at the qualifiers, which has become Chica, Rico, Yo, the second years, along with Daya and Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
They're very nervous because it's the five of them. They're not at full strength. They're worried if are they going to be able to do a good enough performance to propel them further along in Love Live with them not being at full strength, and also just not being with everyone. It's kind of a bummer.
Right, so, and we kind of found out with the episode where Rico is gone that removing somebody from the equation tends to lead to some weird complications with the group.
Yeah. So they're on standby, getting ready to perform, and they're like, all right, let's do this. So they go up on stage, and they're very reluctant and nervous. And then out of the blue, the rest of the four just show up, and they're like, "What's up? We're here." And they're like, "What are you guys doing here?" And the rest of them is like, "Yeah, we just decided to come. We figured we can do this. We found a plan." So they perform at the Love Live qualifiers their new song, My Tonight, or My Dance Tonight. It's not just My, as I originally thought.
Actually, I was surprised I knew what that meant. Because did I tell you, or did I just know?
Maybe both, or we just you saw the subs before I did.
No, because I knew what My meant.
Okay, then you just knew.
Yeah, I knew that My was dance.
So they perform that, and then immediately afterwards, they're like, "Well, we gotta go. Let's run. And everyone's just like, "Okay,
what's the plan?"
What's the plan? So earlier in the episode, when Chica was talking about the oranges being in season, they see the orange tram that takes oranges from the farm,
Grove.
The Grove. Yes, thank you, and transports them back and forth. That's the person who owns that is family. Her family is one of the friends of Chica and the rest of the group. One of the schoolmates that helps them out whenever.
Mm-hmm.
So Chica comes up with this plan to okay, well, they have this little carrier that takes us on a rail system that is pretty nearby where the Love Live qualifiers are. What if we take that and take it all the way down to where the school is, and then just run all the way to the school? That could work since the bus isn't gonna come. So basically, they all hop on the little orange roller coaster.
Well, first it's slow moving.
Yeah, because it's overloaded.
This isn't gonna work.
So they're like, well, make it faster. I think Kanon's the one in charge of that. She's like, okay, well, let me just pull this lever, and just breaks it, and he's like, oops, and it just zooms.
It looks like a lot of fun. I would ride that.
And also there's a point where they all run face first into just a bunch of oranges and come up with a mouthful of orange.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Really good.
I would totally ride this ride. I like oranges, as you know by me drinking the pulp orange juice.
As you are right now.
As I am right now. And I love roller coasters, so put them both together, and also idol music, and I'm happy.
It's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah. Get on it, Japan.
So they finally get down to the end, and they while running, hastily change into like their new outfits for the next performance.
Yep.
Which is like, oh man,
I can't even imagine.
tough, and also just like you're gonna show up there very sweaty.
Very, very sweaty. And like part of the way you're like totally gonna be a bit exposed, changing your outfits.
Luckily, they're
Like-
still in the woods.
Yeah, yikes. Hopefully there's no like hobos living out in the woods.
It's true. So they get back in time to the school and they perform another song. They perform Kimi no Kokoro wa Kagayari Teru Kai.
That's a name.
That is a mouthful of a name at the open house, and that is how we wrap up this episode.
Nice.
Double performance episode.
Did we already get the Raindrop song, or was one of these the Raindrop song?
The Raindrop song.
The one that came from the rainy shrine.
That's My Tonight.
Okay,
So yeah, we did get the Raindrop song.
good.
Here's several notes on this episode. Several parts of the Kimi no Kokoro wa Kagayari Teru Kai music video, which is their first single they put out before the show even aired,
Right, you showed me that.
and then they basically put it back into here. What they put into the show features slightly altered visuals and remade with newly improved CG, which you can kind of tell like where they reuse the music video CG because it looks a little rougher around the edges. And also they did have to like update it because I think in the music video Riko's in her old school uniform when they do that performance. Which also that video is weird because it's like I said before the show actually aired, so like some of the characterization wasn't finalized yet.
And like some of them seem like they have like very opposite personalities.
Right. It's very weird. Like if you haven't watched it, like you should definitely like check it out if like you're this far in the series and see like just the differences in between like some of the characters and stuff.
Yeah, I remember like we watched this episode and you sent that to me and you're like, "Hey, look at this," and I'm like, "Whoa."
Because like Mari's the dark brooding character in this.
Uh-huh.
It's really weird. Also, like it reminds me, I think of like the there's a Love Live manga, like a Sunshine manga, and it also is very different. Like it starts off with like Chika recruiting Kanon first.
Huh.
Yeah, it's real strange. But also, several of the locations in this episode are based on real life locations. The place where Aqua visited the park where Aqua visited is the Niji no Sato Rainbow Village, which I guess that coincides with Rainbow, located in Shugenji Izu City. The dome that Aqua performed by My Tonight is the Kano Dome, a membrane structure and gymnasium that is located in Izu, Shizuoka, Japan. And I believe as well, like the place where they got like snacks after the lottery was actually like a real place because I think I saw like the company logo in the credits of that episode.
Oh, okay.
Continuity error.
Oops.
At 12 minutes 37 seconds, the plant on the fill slope suddenly disappears at 12 minutes 46 seconds to 12 minutes 49 seconds when Riko sees the small transport village, and it reappears again at 13:02. The vehicle, not village.
Whoops.
A little goof up. So yeah, that is this episode where we got double the performances, which means next
And-
episode we're gonna chill out a bit.
A little bit, yeah. It's a high stakes episode for a bit there.
It was. So next time we will be discussing season 2, episode number 4, which has two titles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one I'm going to use when I put this up later, when I have to edit this or edit that episode. But the Japanese title was "Don't Call Me Dia-san," and the English title is called "Don't Be So Formal with Me."
Yep. And this was one that you were looking forward to watching, so
Yeah, specifically-
I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, because the way they do this episode is very much in line with the way people talk in Japanese and would not necessarily translate over into English. So was very interested to see how they would pull this off, and I think they really did a good job of basically giving you the same idea.
But we'll talk about that next week.
We will talk about that next week. So yeah, that'll wrap this episode up then. If you'd like more from us, go to seasonlanguagecheckup.com or sec.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Season Language Checkup, Season Language Checkup OVA, and columns and reviews. You can find more of Ann Ladium at annladium.com, where she has columns and reviews, and you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/animecheckup. So next time, let's not just be so formal.